Hello, and welcome to Covert Castaway. I'm Holly.
Je suis Stéphane.
Join us as we share what we learn and how we're making the transition to liveaboard cruising. We're on a boat.
We're back.
So it's taken us a little time to do a podcast since we got here. Because, why?
Well, we only got here Saturday night.
What day is
Wednesday
it even?
Morning.
Yeah.
So.
Saturday night. Sunday we went to a little birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
And then our boat neighbor had a birthday party. And then we had to sleep and catch up on our jet lag. I slept till 1 on, what was that?
Yesterday.
Tuesday. Yeah. And here we are. So what was your first impression when you first got back on the boat?
Well, it was a little weird because it had been 5 months away from the boat and away from boat life. And so, yeah, we're slowly adjusting back to the boat. I
looked at you and you said, we live on a boat. I'm like, did you forget?
No, but it's, you're living in the mountains and suddenly you're back on the boat in Montenegro. And so, I don't know, it's a little weird.
Yeah. It's a little transition.
Yeah, major.
Yeah. It's like we can't figure out what we're supposed to be doing a little bit.
Well, we have a list, but now we're getting back in the groove, but the first day is like, oh, where is this? Where is that? And you kind of forgot some basic stuff. Like in the dark, you knew where the switches are, and suddenly you're like, isn't there a switch here?
Yeah, like we couldn't find the light switches. That was the first thing. What was the other thing? We couldn't figure out how to turn on the lights or something. And you kept like flicking stuff.
Oh, yeah. So we had lights in the salon, but in the halls, there was no lights.
So he started going down and looking at the main panel.
So I was like, oh, there must be a breaker that we switched when we left, and I need to switch it back. And so I went to the engine room compartment and then looked at all the breakers and I'm like, nope. And looked at the other side, I'm like, nope. And I looked at the panel, 12-volt panel, probably 3 or 4 times. And it's written both in English and in French.
And so then I looked at the panel and I said, doesn't this mean whole lights? Isn't that supposed to be on? Yeah. And the lights came on.
Yeah, I don't know why I was reading over it. And so eventually we figured out we had to switch this. I don't know, we forgot.
So I think the reason why this story is interesting is, we've got a big season ahead of us and we're like starting from scratch. It's like we forgot how to
No, because when we put back the tent, the cushions, and, hook up the water,
it all starts coming back.
Yeah, everything is just easier. You've done it before.
It's like it took us a while for our brains to start.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I'm just going to say the excuse is that, we had a long flight.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, maybe we have to talk about the flight and
Yeah, we can do that. I also wanted you to kind of describe where we're at and what's going on.
Yeah, well, we're in the Porto Montenegro marina, so it's located near Tivat, and it's a beautiful marina that was built like 10, 12
not very
years
long ago.
Yeah.
Well, or modernized or something, but it's beautiful and the facilities are amazing. Everything works. Everything's new. They maintain things.
Yeah. You have some fancy yachts all around.
Really
the
fancy.
Black Pearl.
Yeah. Got the Black Pearl over here, and it's on this side of the marina by us because the masts are so high, it interferes with the airspace of the airport on the other side of the marina, which is a bizarre thought.
Yeah, they have to light up at the top of the mast, some red lights at night. So yeah, it's a big boat.
Yeah. So the weather's been a little chilly at night, and then yesterday it rained with thunder and lightning, which was a bummer. But Sunday it was nice and sunny, and today it's sort of overcast a little bit.
Yeah, the general forecast is like rainy, cloudy. So hopefully today was supposed to rain. It's sunny, cloudy and sunny. So we'll see, because we need those 2 weeks. How much time do we have?
Week and a half.
Week and a half?
Yeah.
No.
It's already Wednesday, Stefan.
Wednesday.
Like, that's why I'm like, chop, let's get to the list. Okay. So anyway, we started on the list, which we'll talk about. But why don't you cover like what it was like getting through from the U.S. back here?
Yeah. So basically, it was definitely super useful to have a vaccination card.
Aside from just not getting sick.
Yeah, but not for travel purposes. Yeah. They definitely accept the vaccination card. We had done a PCR test on like a Wednesday morning.
Our flight left at Friday night.
On Friday evening, and we had not gotten the results yet. So that was good. The vaccination card did it. I think it helped also that we had the temporary resident cards for Montenegro. Because the rules, slightly different rules for residents. Then we got the results of a test while we were in Istanbul airport.
At our layover.
Yeah, but...
Which was short. It was like an hour.
Yeah.
We were rushing.
But again, the vaccination card was only what we needed. And so yeah, that was pretty straightforward. Mm-hmm. So we hope that vaccination card helps us as we travel from country to country.
It seems like I read the entry requirements for Croatia, and it said that was one of the things too. It definitely speeds things up. You don't have to worry about testing, and on and on. So why don't you also...
And also just and because PCR tests, also if you do them, like in Montenegro, it's like 80 euros. But I think in Croatia, I heard it's like 200 per person. So it adds up. So if the vaccination card can work and replace that, that's perfect. Right now, Croatia, the numbers, COVID numbers, in Montenegro are good. They've been kind of going down. In Croatia as well, they're going down. But Greece and especially Turkey
are really bad.
The trends are like going up and really bad. So Greece is expected to, or is trying to open mid-May. Likely that they're going to have to postpone. So we know a couple boats here were trying to leave for Greece, and they don't know how long they're going to have to be here until Greece opens up. And so we hope Greece and Turkey gets their act together. So later in the season, when we are ready to go, we can get there. But right now, we just also a boat that was our neighbor, Turkish boat, left Montenegro so just this morning, and they cannot stop in Greece. So they have to go straight from Montenegro to Turkey, about 8 days, with no stop, because Greece will not accept them.
Yeah. So that's a bummer. So you want to also talk about the world's most expensive box?
Oh, yeah. We ordered different boat parts.
We talked about that in the last episode. Yeah.
And then so we shipped it with DHL, and that would have been like $1,500 or $1,600, but we got a 10% discount, so I think it was $1,400 something to ship it here. And it got here on Monday, met with the custom officer, and then we...
So first of all, let's describe the customs officer. She's like, what? She was taller than you.
Maybe same, yeah.
So you're 6'2". So she was at least 6'2". I was looking at you guys standing next to each other, and she seemed taller than you, but it could have been her hair. She had it like really high.
And her heels.
High heels. And she was not in a good mood at all. And so the yacht assist guy sits us down, and he goes, okay, you have other things in the box, and it's not boat parts. So why don't you talk about what you tried to smuggle in?
Yeah. So what happened is, so we put all the boat parts together. We had some leftover bubble wrap to try to fill the box so it doesn't move around, especially there's some heavy parts in there. And then because there was extra space and we had some vitamins and turmeric, and so we just stuffed it in there.
So Stefan's like a walking apothecary.
Yeah.
He's got all his like probiotics,
but when
vitamin B.
I didn't bother to mention when we shipped it that there was like boat
so
parts.
I thought
plus.
it was a few bottles. Like I didn't remember what we put in there. I mean, because I had a bottle of D Manos or something, which is like cranberry whatever, and I thought, oh, okay, we'll just like shove it in the box because there's room, right? But I didn't realize how much of that stuff was in the box until we unpacked the box.
It didn't matter. What mattered was it was not declared. It was just declared both parts because I thought it was not big deal. So she was not happy. Like this is not both parts.
This is not boat parts.
And
yeah, we better be careful actually bringing her up in the podcast.
Yeah. And
because I mean, not only it could have been confiscated, but we could have been fined. Right.
Well, so the best case scenario is what in the end happened. They let us take it, but they could have confiscated that, or they could have fined us for a couple $1,000.
Yeah.
So
the guy who was with Yacht Assist, who was helping us, I mean, he wasn't a small person either. Because everybody lives here is really tall, apparently. Mm-hmm. And so he was like 6'3" or something. And he was like, she's in a really bad mood. Like, just don't say anything. So Stefan goes out and she says, this isn't, I'm not following the rules or something like this. And Stefan, starts saying, oh, I'm really sorry. And I went around the corner and she just completely let loose on you. No. And even I was uncomfortable. And I don't usually I'm okay with conflict. And she was yelling at you and you kept talking. And I'm like, shh, be quiet. Stop talking.
She was not yelling.
She was yelling. She was shouting at you.
She was definitely, acting like a custom officer.
Yeah, so she said, don't do it again. And we kind of took our box and ran back to the boat.
Yeah.
So that was the world's most expensive box, which on this side, then we had to pay $170 to receive the box.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Which is a flat fee for any shipment from outside Montenegro to Montenegro. So, yeah.
We were thinking about getting a Predict When SIM card sent, but, the SIM card costs what, $10?
$10, yeah. It will be shipped from the UK, and totally forgot to get that in the US. And now that we're in Montenegro, even to ship a little SIM card,
170 euros.
We will have to pay that.
Anyway,
tax.
So that was the box. That's what happened to the box. So then we unpacked the box, and I was looking at all the stuff in there. I'm like, I don't know why we just didn't pack another suitcase, but oh well. It is what it is. So then we started a to-do list. So let's talk about what's on the list.
Lots of stuff. Never-ending list. No.
What are the things that we have to do to put the boat back together? I mean, we put the tent up, and that was actually pretty easy. The tent and the helm tent and the helm
and the cushions.
And the cushions and all that.
And connected the water, electricity. What else did we do? Well, we have to rerun all the lines because we removed all the lines before the winter. So we have to run everything back. We have to we winterize the water maker. So we have to.
And that took you a while to do that.
Yeah, it's a process, and so we'll see what it takes to get it ready. We with some of the boat parts we bought, we bought a brake for the wheel.
Yeah, our wheel doesn't have a brake, so which is a problem when you're motoring because there's no way to keep
Well, no, if you're motoring, you have the autopilot, but when you're docking or like close quarter
that's what I
maneuvers,
meant,
yeah, then you want to lock the wheel. So we bought that, so we have to install that. I don't know. There's
Get the
a
sales
bunch of stuff.
Well, get your list. Bust your list out.
There
You
is
worked on the list. But
The main was wrapped, and so hopefully the water stayed out of the main. So we'll have to raise it, make sure everything looks okay. We have some right now in the salon. We have some the gas, not the gas tanks, the dive tanks.
Dive tanks.
And so we're waiting to get a compartment installed in the cockpit for that before we move them.
We have to get the engine on the dinghy.
Yeah, but before that, we doing adding a board to have a place where, when it's the winter on a passage, we can store the outboard safely inside, and so before we put it back on the dinghy, we have to get that project done and complete. So yeah, a bunch of stuff.
There must be more interesting stuff than that on the list.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You make it seem like there's nothing to do.
Oh no, there is plenty to do.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Our heater died yesterday.
We have a little space heater on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had to go to the store, get or it's super nice to have boat neighbors and kind of a community like we got here. You wanted milk for your coffee the next day. They gave us some almond milk. When another neighbor
I wanted to make you oatmeal, my dear. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not for your coffee.
I'll drink coffee black. I don't care.
Sure. I believe that.
If I have to.
And then, another boat neighbor, drove you to the supermarket.
Yeah, took us to the supermarket.
So that was super nice when our
that's
heater...
the Australian couple we did an interview with earlier, Kim and Steven, on Mimpy. They're super nice.
Yeah, and then for the milk, and that's our...
Vu and Bella. We also did
another podcast.
Yeah, another podcast with them.
So yeah, it's nice to be part of a small community where people help each other, and then you socialize. It's different from the normal life, I would say.
Yeah.
In big cities or...
Time goes by though, so... yeah. And then we have another Fountain Peugeot who just came next to us. It looks like they're chartering their boat, and I don't know if they're coming or going at the moment. They're leaving right now, so there might be some background noise. But yeah, so that's what's kind of going on. And then yesterday I woke up at like 10 minutes to 1, and you came down because you were sneaking around the bed trying to get the space heater. For me not to notice, and then I woke up and I'm like, oh my god, what time is it? And you said 1 o'clock, and I thought you were joking.
It was 12:45.
And I looked at the clock and I was like, what the heck? Because I didn't sleep very well, which is strange because usually I can travel a lot and not have any problems, but I haven't been traveling, so I guess that was a problem. And I slept in really late, and then at 1 o'clock I had a conference call back with the States, so it's a good thing you woke me up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so doing a little bit of work, kind of trying to wind down some projects before we get started for the season. And excited to get kind of everything put back together and learn about where we're going next, which is Croatia. Mm-hmm. And you want to just talk about the condition of the boat, like when we came back?
Oh, yeah, no, the boat...
it was immaculate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it helped that we had...
well, of course,
somebody look after the boat. So when it was...
and he washed it once a month, and he, ran the engines and...
Yeah, 30 minutes. Just keep things running.
Checked all the bilges, checked all the systems. Oh, Stefan's going to go help them. Are you going to go help them? The boat is taking off. Oh my gosh, it's going to hit us. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, they're going so fast out of here.
I'm back.
So how was that?
All good.
They were like going really fast out of here. Didn't it seem like they were going really fast? I don't know.
No, the speed was okay, but the stern was getting close, and so
yeah, that's boat life.
Yeah, you just want to be there, and in case you can help out, but yeah.
Yeah, so boat was in immaculate condition. The guy who watched after our boat, Damir, was a local guy here. He was amazing, and he lives just. You can point at his house from where we're sitting, and he works at the marina, and then he moonlights kind of watching boats, I guess. And he did a great job, and we showed up, and there was like chocolate on the counter for us, and I kind of felt bad because we should have brought him back something, but anyway, we had
no space.
Extra bonus. So
he left us a bottle of like some kind of local
I don't know what it was,
and then and chocolate for thanking us for
him watching for the opportunity, he said, which was really sweet. And during while we were gone and while he was watching the boat, he got COVID, and he was out for a few weeks, and he said he's not fully recovered. So
getting better.
All right, so anything else you want to cover, or should we get started on the list?
Yes.
You don't want to get started on the list. I know you.
Yeah, we'll get started.
Okay, so that's all we have for now. We're really excited to kind of get back into the swing of things with the podcast and keep you guys updated. If you have any suggestions for topics, make sure you shoot us an email at sailingawen@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. If you like this podcast, please subscribe, like, or share with another covert castaway. Fair winds for now.